This is Jarrod Horak, and this is my latest Road to the 2024 Kentucky Derby video. I'm going to analyze the Gotham Stakes in this video, and that race will be run Saturday, March 2nd. There's a bunch of Oaks and Derby points races this week. You'll find them all on my YouTube channel. I cover all of the points races for the Oaks and Derby every week, so keep checking my YouTube channel for all of that. And if you're interested in my Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks reports, you'll find those at todaysracingdigest.com on their Kentucky Derby page. So if you go over to their website, at the top on their front page near the left, you'll see a Kentucky Derby tab. Click on that tab. We'll take you over to the Digest Derby page. You'll be able to read all of my Oaks and Derby reports. Every Monday, I update my Kentucky Oaks Fabulous 5 fillies. And every Tuesday, I do my Exceptional 11 Derby contenders. You can read both of those reports every Monday and Tuesday. And I cover other Derby and Oaks related articles as well. So go on over to the Digest if you're interested in any of that. Now we'll get into the analysis of this video, and we'll be doing the 10th race at Aqueduct, the Grade 3 Gotham Stakes with a $300,000 purse for 3-year-olds, and they're going to be traveling 1 mile around one turn on the main track. Scheduled post time 5:36 p.m. Eastern, and in this 10th race, number 1 is Khanate, 30-1 morning line for trainer Todd Pletcher, removing blinkers in this spot. He's run 6 times. He's got just 1 win. But he did break his maiden by 10 lengths in that victory. That was at 7 furlongs at Keeneland last year. Then in his last 3 starts, he was 6th, beaten 5 lengths, 3rd, beaten 11 lengths in the Jerome Stakes, a Derby points race, and then another Derby points race last time, the Withers. He battled on the pace, and he ended up finishing in mid-pack there. He was wide early. So from that inside post, maybe he'll impact the pace in here. Maximus Meridius is next. This one is 20-1 morning line for trainer Robert Reed Jr. This one, he has 2 wins in 3 starts, broke his maiden by 10 lengths at Parks in the debut, and all 3 races were at Parks. Then he was 3rd after battling on the pace 2nd time out, and then last time they added blinkers, and he was able to win that race by over 3 lengths as the 3-2 favorite. That was in the mud at 6.5 furlongs. So this is his longest test yet. He had broke his maiden at 6 furlongs, and then it was 6.5 in his last 2 races. So his speed ratings are going up, but he's going to have to run faster. Deterministic is next for trainer Christophe Clement, a $625,000 Keeneland sales grad. Liam's Map is the sire here. Joao Rosario is going to ride for the 2nd time because he was aboard for the debut, and that debut was at Saratoga last summer at 7 furlongs. Decent effort there. He took some money. He broke slow. He was a little bit erratic in the stretch, but he was able to straighten down enough late to win by a half length. Decent effort in the debut. He's been firing bullet workouts in Florida for this race, and now just his 2nd career start, coming off of a layoff of more than 6 months. We'll see how he handles this step up in class. Facenda is next, 50-1 morning line. This is a Son of Violence for trainer Doug O'Neill, coming in from the debut at Turf Paradise when he ran for Luis Mendez. And in that race, he was 90 cents on the dollar. He battled on the pace. That was a maiden optional claiming race, and he was able to win by a half length. So now he's going to step way up in class, try better company, moving to the Doug O'Neill barn. He should impact the pace under Abel Cedillo. Deposition is another 50-1 outsider in here. This one is a son of Constitution. He's 1 for 7 lifetime. He's 0 for 2 at Aqueduct, 0 for 2 at this distance. He was in the Withers last time. He was 71-1. He added blinkers, and he finished a better than anticipated 4th there. So now he's going to cut back in distance here. As I said, 0 for 2 at the distance, 0 for 2 at Aqueduct. He's an outsider for sure in this race. Air Cobb is next for trainer Brad Cox. He has multiple runners in this race. This is a $125,000 son of Mitoli. And this 30-1 long shot won his debut by a neck. That was at 5.5 furlongs at Horseshoe Indy, and that was last August. But then since then, he's run twice, 5th, beaten 15 lengths in the Grade 1 Champagne. The Jimmy Winkfield Stakes, he was 3rd, beaten 12 lengths. So he's really going to have to step up his game. He did have off tracks in his last 2 starts, broke his maiden on a fast track. There is a chance of rain at Aqueduct on Saturday. El Grande for trainer Linda Rice is next. 10 career starts, 3 wins, 5 seconds, and a 3rd. This is a New York bred, and he's one that's very consistent. 5 starts at Aqueduct, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and he's won at this distance before as well. He's a stakes winner in the New York bred ranks, and then in the Jerome Stakes, a Kentucky Derby points race, He battled on the pace and he was second, and clearly second best that day. And then the grade 3 Withers battled on the pace, opened up a clear lead, and Uncle Heavy ran him down and he lost by a nose there. So now he's going to cut back to a 1 mile in his third start after a layoff, and he should impact the pace under Kendrick Carmouche. Bergen is next for trainer Brad Cox. This is another Liam's map colt, $375,000 purchase. Manny Franco is aboard. Ran well in all 3 starts, and his speed ratings improved each time out. Rallied for the win in his debut from post 12. That was at Keeneland at 6 furlongs. Nice win there as the favorite. Second time out, optional claiming race, a 1-turn mile at Churchill. Rallied from 10th place to finish second there. So that was a good effort. And then last time, the Jimmy Winkfield Stakes, and he dominated that one in the mud, cutting back to 6 furlongs. He was 90 cents on the dollar. He stalked, he led, he won by more than 5 lengths. That was the first time Manny Franco rode him. Flavien Prat was aboard in the first 2 starts. So now, second start after a layoff, he should get pace to chase. Eliminate for trainer Todd Pletcher, $525,000 son of Curlin. It took him 4 starts to break his maiden. In his career debut at Saratoga, Deterministic won that race. He was third, beaten 4 lengths. He was beaten 6 lengths behind Domestic Product in his second career start. That was at a mile and an eighth. Again at a mile and an eighth, he ended up finishing 4th in a 6-horse field. They cut him back to 6.5 furlongs, and he added Lasix last time out on February 10th, and he was able to rally for the win. So now he's going to go back out in distance here, another furlong and a half. First start against winners. He's probably going to be sitting in mid-pack at a big price under Dylan Davis. Just a Touch is next for trainer Brad Cox. This one is a $300,000 son of Justify. And the dam here, Touching Beauty, this one won the Grade 3 Comely Stakes a few years back at Aqueduct at 1 mile. So for this one, a nice pedigree here. And started off the right way. The slop at Fairgrounds at 6 furlongs in the debut on January 27th. Sat in second, vied for the lead, pulled clear by more than 3 lengths, and then was able to win by 4 1/4 lengths as the 1-2 favorite. A good-looking effort there, and now jumping right into the stakes ranks and should be forwardly placed, probably chasing the pace from that outer post. Lightline is next, another Brad Cox trainee. This is a son of City of Light, and they paid $600,000 for this one, and he is 8-1 on the line. Brook his maiden by 13 lengths at Horseshoe Indy in a 1-mile race in the career debut last September as the favorite. He was stalking the pace second time out at a mile and 16th at Keeneland. He was second that day, and then second again in an Oaklawn race at 1 mile. That was a 2-turn mile race, and it was a 12-horse field, and he rallied from 12th to finish second that day. I made him my top choice in the Withers. They bet him down. It was a muddy track, and he ran an okay race. He just wasn't able to kick it in late. He was 1-paced. So maybe this shorter distance with some pace could help his chances, and we'll have to see how he does. He is going to have to pick up his game here. He hasn't quickened. Like, he didn't quicken enough in that last start. Even when he was rallying from off the pace, and back-to-back runner-up finishes, just wasn't quickening enough late. But maybe the 1-turn mile will help him. We'll have to see. Slider should be all over the pace for John Sadler. This one, a $240,000 purchase. Second in the career debut, and then back-to-back wins, 5.5 furlongs at Del Mar, and then the Speakeasy Stakes, 5 furlongs on turf. The Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint, he was 9th from post 10. And then the San Vicente Stakes, Muth won that one. This one was setting the pace. Pilot Commander passed him and was able to get second. And then Slider was well clear of the rest, just missing second by a head. So look for him after that bullet work, February 25th, 5 furlongs and 59. Look for him to be all over the pace. He's got that California speed. He should be right up there, all over the pace. Capital Idea, Christophe Clement rounds out the field. This is the son of Classic Empire. 2 starts at Aqueduct, and both of his career starts were at Aqueduct at 1 mile. His career debut, he stalked and missed by less than a length, and then his second start, they added Lasix in the slop. He dominated, and he won by 8. Doesn't have Lasix in here. Far outside post, will probably be stalking and probably losing a lot of ground from that outside post. So I think you can go a number of ways in here. Slider's going to try the wire of the field, but I see other speed, and I don't think he's going to be able to go all the way. Lightline, I liked him last time. Not going to pick him on top this time. I just think that this race is probably a little too tough for him. You certainly have Just a Touch as a contender in here. Bergen, that Jimmy Winkfield winner. If the pace heats up enough, he could certainly be there. El Grande, like him, more underneath for trainer Linda Rice. Solid New York bred. I just think he's probably a cut below, but he'll go out there and he'll give his all. Some other win contenders in here. Deterministic for Christophe Clement. We'll have to see how he does after that layoff of more than 6 months. Looking at the overall field here, I think I'm going to end up going with Just a Touch. He is the favorite. We'll have to see how they bet this race. I don't know that they're going to really hammer anybody in the wagering, but he was impressive in the debut. I like the fact that the dam was a graded stakes winner at this 1 turn mile at Aqueduct. Justify has been sending out some good-looking horses as a sire. He had 2 Breeders' Cup winners last year, including your 2-year-old filly champion, Just FYI. So Just a Touch, excellent pedigree. Brad Cox trainee here. I think he's going to track the pace, get first run, and try to hold off some of the late runners, and I think he will do that. So Just a Touch is going to be my top choice in the Gotham this year. 50 Kentucky Derby points for the winner. So this is basically a win and you're in for the Kentucky Derby. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. Keep checking my YouTube channel for all of these Oaks and Derby points races. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.